Hello, this is Tim with Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio, and welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Okay, we're on a GE refrigerator that has a no-cool complaint. We did look in the freezer compartment and saw a bit of a frost buildup. So the first thing we're going to do is come back to the main control board and check out the defrost components. So the tools we used for this diagnosis is a multimeter, a flashlight, a Phillips screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, and we did throw a jumper wire in there as well. All right, we're going to check out the defrost components through the main control board. So the first thing we're going to do is unplug power to the unit and remove this cover. Once that cover is removed, okay, we're going to remove this connector on the left and the J7 connector, and we'll now have our meter set to the ohms reading, and we're going to go through the blue wire, which is labeled defrost on the board, to the orange wire, which is a neutral. And this will go through the heater and thermostat inside the unit. And right now we have about 22 ohms, which would indicate that the heater and the defrost thermostat are good. So now we're going to go back to the freezer side and check out our frost pattern to see if it is a full-blown defrost issue or possibly a fan. So once we check that out, we'll be able to determine the actual cause of this problem. Okay, we're now in the freezer side, and we can see a buildup of frost on the back of the evaporator cover. What we're going to do now is just take off the cover and check out the actual frost pattern. It's a very telling indicator as to what is actually going on. So we're just going to remove the shelving and light covers. Okay, now we're going to remove the screws that hold on the evaporator cover. They're Phillips screws. Once those are removed, we can drop the cover down. Remove the little ground strap. And remove our cover. Now we can see that it's a full-blown defrost issue. So as we check the components from the back, they did check good, but visually looking at the defrost thermostat, we can see that it is raised up, and although it is checking good, right now that is definitely going to be a problem. So we're definitely going to have to replace that. We're going to make another check on the heater to determine its state as well, and then we will proceed to replace those components and remove the frost buildup. Okay, we're going to remove our defrost heater by taking out the two Phillips mounting screws. With those removed, we can remove our defrost heater and disconnect it electrically. And now we're just going to do an ohm check on this heater. Okay, we've electrically checked our defrost heater, and although it electrically checks good, if we look at the condition of it and how the condition of the defrost thermostat, we are going to recommend replacing both of these components to take care of the defrost issue. Okay, so we have a unique situation where we have a defrost issue, but the components in the freezer check good, but visually look bad. So we're going to do a little tech trick and jumper out the main control board defrost relay to just see if the board will close the defrost relay and supply power to the heater and thermostat. So when we do this, on the board it says defrost and line, and that is going to be the blue and brown wire on this plug. So we're just going to put a jumper wire in between those two and plug it back in. And when we turn power back onto the unit, if the board is good, the relay will close and we'll get the heater and thermostat to come on in the freezer. Okay, we've jumpered out the board and put power directly to the heater and thermostat, and it's just a way to make sure all the wiring is good and that those components will come on. It jumpers across the board, so it doesn't check that the board is good, just that all the wiring and the defrost components are good. Okay, on our GE refrigerator with a defrost issue, what we actually found was that the main control board is bad, causing it to not go into defrost, but a visual inspection of the other components would indicate a recommendation to have them changed to avoid any problems in the future. However, the entire bill for this is expensive, so for this particular unit, the customer will be replacing the refrigerator. Thank you for watching another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com.